Hey there tech fans, Rick here from the O-Ray team with an overview of the UHD-EX230A-K HDMI extension kit. This product was engineered to make it incredibly easy for you to share all of your HDMI media content with a second remote location up to 70 meters away in full 4K ultra high definition resolution over a single Cat6 or Cat7 LAN cable. The product features local loopback functionality at the primary site that allows you to enjoy the content here while you're simultaneously sharing it with your second location. It also features audio extraction capabilities at the remote site that will actually strip the audio component from the media stream you're sharing and allow you to pass that along through an optical SPDIF connection to a soundbar or a home stereo for better quality audio. The kit also includes a set of infrared blasters that will collect up the remote control signals from that second location and pass those back digitally over that same LAN cable to be rebroadcast at the primary site so you can remotely control the content you're watching. Finally, the product also employs the very latest in power over cable technology, which means a single power supply is all you'll need to operate the entire solution. Now, as part of this overview, I'd like to start with an unboxing of the product just to show you everything that's included with the kit. And then I'll take a closer look at the transmitter and receiver modules and explain the connections and indicators. I'll list the features and functions the product provides, and then finally I'll come back and do a short demonstration to show you just how simple this will be to use with your own equipment. So let's get started with the unboxing. When you open up the box, you'll find a transmitter module and a receiver module, a set of brackets you can use to mount these modules up off the ground and out of the way. Also included is a single DC 12-volt 1-amp power supply. You can plug this into any standard wall outlet. The other end has a barrel connection on it, which you can plug into the receiver module or the transmitter module. And because it's using power over cable, the minute you plug it in and make the LAN connection between them, you'll have enough power to run both of these modules. You'll also find a set of infrared blasters included, and there are two different infrared blasters. One has a larger head, and that plugs into the receiver, and the smaller one plugs into the transmitter module, so it's important you plug those into the correct modules. Also included is a warranty card and a full instruction manual that lists connection diagrams, specifications, and other really important details you'll need to understand about this product to use it correctly. Now, if you stay tuned next, I'll take a closer look at both modules, list the features and functions, and then I'll do the demonstration. Inside the kit, you'll find a sender module and a receiver module, and both of these feature full metal enclosures, which make them incredibly durable and really helps to minimize outside interference from causing any issues with the electronics inside. Let's start with the sender module. On both sides of the module, you'll find ventilation slots that are designed to let any heat that develops during operation escape and keep the electronics inside at a very comfortable temperature. On the bottom of the module, you'll find mounting holes that can be used with the included bracketing kit to mount the module up off the ground and out of the way. On the one end of the module, you'll find 3 ports: service, HDMI out, and HDMI in. The service port is used for updating firmware if needed later on. A lot of times new features and functions come out, and to update the firmware, you'll connect this up to your computer with a micro USB cable, push the firmware file to the module to do that update. To the right of that is an HDMI input port, and that's used to connect to whatever media device you'd like to share the content from with the remote location. That's a standard HDMI port, standard HDMI cable. This product also offers local loopback functionality, which allows you to enjoy the content here that you're sharing with that remote location. And if you'd like to use that feature, you can connect a second HDMI cable from here to a local monitor to enjoy the content while you're sharing it with that second location. On the side of the module are 2 EDID switches right there, and those are fully explained in the manual, but that's how you set the EDID settings for whatever media content you'd like to share. On the other end of the module, you'll find a Cat out connection. That's a LAN port, and that's one end of the cable. It's a Cat6 or Cat7. Between the sender module and the receiver module, you'll simply plug it in right there. To the right of that are 2 infrared blaster ports, IR in and IR out. With the sender module, you want to make sure you plug the smaller infrared blaster into the infrared out port right there, because you're going to broadcast that infrared signal from the remote location. You won't use the infrared in port on this particular setup. To the right of that is a DC input port, and that's used with the included power supply. Now, this system uses power over cable technology, so you only have one power supply, and you can plug it in at the sender end or at the receiver end, and all the power for the system is shared across that LAN connection. So again, you can plug it in here or plug it in at the remote site. The receiver module is very similar. You'll find the ventilation slots on the side, the mounting holes on the bottom. On the one end, you'll find the same service port, again, to update the firmware if needed. there'll be an HDMI output port to the right of that. That's a full-size HDMI port. That connects to the monitor at the remote location you'd like to enjoy the content on. This product does audio extraction, which basically strips the audio component from the media stream you're watching on that HDMI output port and allows you to pass it along through this digital connection to a soundbar or home stereo for better quality audio. This product is also ARC compliant, so if you're using a media source that has ARC capabilities, you can turn that on using these switches right here, and again, these are explained in the manual. On the other end, you'll find another LAN port, and that's for the other end of the LAN cable between the sender and receiver modules. Simply plug it in there. 2 more infrared blaster ports, those are 3.5mm ports. In this case, you're going to plug the larger IR blaster into the infrared in port. You won't use the infrared out. And again, another DC input port right there. So if you've plugged the power supply in the sender end, you won't have to use that. You can plug it in here as well if you'd like, and not have to worry about it at the sender end. And that's pretty much it for the 2 modules. The Oray UHD-EX230A-K is compatible with a wide range of different HDMI media sources, including security cameras, media players like Apple TV, computers, game consoles, and projection systems. The product's features include full support of 4K ultra-high definition media content. It allows distances up to 70 meters between the primary and secondary locations. It is both HDMI 2.0B as well as HDCP 2.2 compliant. It provides local loopback of the media content at the primary location, as well as including power over cable technology to greatly simplify your wiring. Now I'll show you the connections you'll need to make to use this product with your own equipment. And for this demonstration, over here I've set up a small media player that's currently looping a video, and that's the media content that I'd like to share with my remote location. This product is also ARC, or audio return channel compliant. Over here I've set up a monitor and a soundbar, and this represents my remote location where I'd like to enjoy the content from that primary site. And these 2 locations can be up to 70 meters apart, and they're only connected with a Cat6 or a Cat7 LAN cable. In front of me, I have the transmitter module here and the receiver module here. Now the first set of connections I'll make are to the transmitter module, and I'll start with my media player. I've already connected an HDMI cable up to the player. This plugs into the HDMI input port on the transmitter. And now I can add power. I've already plugged the power supply in. The other end of that cable has a barrel connection on it, which plugs into the DC input port in the transmitter. Now the minute I add power to the unit, it immediately starts an internal power on self-test where it's checking all the electronics just to make sure everything's working okay. It's also checking the resolution of my media source to make whatever adjustments are needed to give you the best possible picture at your remote location. Now we can connect up the receiver module. I've plugged an HDMI cable into the monitor. I'll plug the other end of that cable into the output port on the receiver. Now because this solution uses power over cable technology, I don't actually need a power supply at that remote location. The minute I make the LAN connection between the 2 modules, all the power required for that module is sent over that same LAN cable. So I've got a short Cat6 cable right here. I'll plug one end into the transmitter and the other end into the receiver. Now the minute I add power over here, by plugging in this cable, the receiver starts a power on self-test where it's checking the internal electronics, it's checking the resolution of the monitor, and again, it's negotiating with the transmitter module to give you the best possible picture at that remote location. And now you can see the picture and hear the audio from that primary site. Now here's another interesting feature. This solution fully supports the ARC standard, which means if you have a TV at the remote site that has an ARC output, you can plug that into a soundbar and actually transmit the audio from the media being sent across that LAN cable to a soundbar. So I've got a second cable connected to the ARC output on this monitor, and I'll plug that into my soundbar. And the minute I do, the soundbar will recognize the fact that I've got an ARC connected device. And make sure I'm on ARC, there we go. And there's your audio. So again, the ARC component of this is a really big advantage over a lot of other HDMI extenders, which allows you to very easily transmit the audio from your monitor to a soundbar. The other nice thing is the receiver module also does audio extraction through a digital optical SPDIF connection. So if you don't have a soundbar that's HDMI, ARC compliant, or a monitor, you can extract audio directly from the receiver module and pass that along to a soundbar or a home stereo for better quality audio. And it really is just that simple to get it working. I hope you found this overview of the ORAY UHD-EX230A-K HDMI extension kit helpful. It really does provide an incredibly simple way of sharing all of your HDMI media content with a second remote location up to 70 meters away in full 4K ultra high definition resolution over a single Cat6 or Cat7 cable. And the fact that it provides local loopback functionality means you can enjoy the content here while you're sharing it with that second location. The audio extraction capabilities strip the audio component from the media stream and allow you to pass that along for better quality audio through a soundbar or home stereo. The inclusion of the infrared blaster kit provides complete remote control of the content, and the power over cable technology greatly simplifies your wiring because a single power supply is all you'll need at the primary or secondary site to operate the entire solution. Everything you need to get started is included with the kit, and with a few simple connections, you can be up and running in no time. So until next time, thanks for watching.